Akwaaba. Welcome to Expat like Ghana.
I'm Ayo, and this is Tony, and we're documenting our journey beyond the return. In this video, we want you to get to know us a little bit better, so let's share some information. My name is Ayo. My dad is Nigerian and Ghanaian, and my mom is French, Canadian, Irish, and a little bit of European tossed in there to sprinkle about. So growing up, it was always really funny when St. Pat's Day came around, because I was like, I'm Irish, and people were always like, yeah, right, you're Irish. But no, legit, I'm part Irish. So I grew up in the Midwest. I have a sister and two brothers that I grew up with my two-parent household. And we've always been a family immersed in our culture, but very much a unit, very much family as first. So I think I've always taken that as we've gone forward. I've spent the last 15 years working in education with students with significant disabilities, and that is my professional passion. And gosh, I have been enjoying life with you for the last like 5 bajillion years, because that's how long we've been married, is 5 bajillion years.
Yeah, seems like it.
We've got 4 kids, but only 2 of them will be joining us as we go to Ghana. The other 2 are in college, so there's that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Let's see, I was raised in Wisconsin by parents from the South in Louisiana. Got 5 brothers, 1 passed away, and 3 sisters.
Big family.
Big family, yeah. Oh, my grandmother, she had 16 kids, so a lot of cousins.
If you're watching, you might actually be related to Tony and not even know it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of us, right? So, let's see. Growing up in Wisconsin, it was weird because you kind of knew most of the people there in your area, and that was because Wisconsin was really segregated. So, it was just a weird state to grow up in. A lot of people didn't know there were black people in Wisconsin. When I told them, they were all like, "Hey, Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley and the Fonz and all that." And so it was just really weird being black growing up in Wisconsin for me, especially where I did.
But to give some context to that too, like Wisconsin is super segregated, right? So like the majority of people who are black in Wisconsin live in a very small condensed area, and the rest of the state is majority.
Yeah,
So,
majority, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of how that goes.
Yeah, so before I met Ayo, I never really traveled abroad, and it was just never really a thought, I guess. I was just so focused on just working my whole career. I've been pretty much in construction as a construction manager, and then moving on to owning my own company. So that was just my thing. Was I never really thought about moving past the States, because it was just work. That's all I cared about.
I don't think most Americans think about living abroad. I think that's not a very popular narrative at all.
Right. But once Ayo and I got together and we started traveling, that kind of opened my eyes to America isn't the only place around.
Yeah, so that's code for I just couldn't start dragging him to like random countries. It's like, you know what? Let's go to I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, and then meeting her dad after losing my dad was something for me, and him being from Africa was like, whoa, I had a lot to learn. So, and also him being a doctor, I had a whole lot to learn. So,
and the 2 of them are like ridiculous besties.
Yeah,
and I tell you, like when we go to visit, right? He hugs Tony first. It's like
a lot of people when they see us, they think that I'm the son and this is the daughter-in-law, when it's the other way around, and they're thrown off by that.
I'm the daughter. I'm the daughter.
Yeah.
It's okay. I love seeing it.
Yeah, it's awesome, actually. Our relationship I have with our parents, they're just really great people, and I really thank them for allowing me to have such a beautiful bride and being their daughter. So.
And we've been married a million years. We live in Texas now, so we moved from the Midwest and we live in Texas now. But what was it like for you the first time I dragged you to Africa?
Wow, I didn't know what to expect. All I had known about was what we saw on TV, and you know, it's all a lie. I was like, okay, so what hut, you know, are we gonna be?
Oh
Is it gonna be safe? And you know, so all those misconceptions about. You know, I didn't think it was that bad, but I really didn't know what to expect. And getting there to Ghana for the first time was just amazing.
Okay, I'm going to totally interrupt him right now because when we were planning our trip the very first time, I was like, Tony, how long do you want to go for? Should we go for like a month or like a month and a half? And his eyes got like huge, right? And he was like, 2 weeks. And I was like, 2 weeks? The flight is so expensive and the travel is so long.
Right,
and you go and you get over jet lag and then you got to turn around and come back 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was.
And he legit was like, no, 2 weeks. Because I think you thought it was going to be, like we were really going to be in a hut.
Yeah. I was like, it's going to be super hot. And we already live in Texas, so I was like, Texas heat is already unbearable. So we're going to Africa. It's going to be even hotter.
So that first trip, we only stayed for like 3 weeks. And it was because I snuck days on the front end and back end to make it. I was like, oh, no, because we're traveling and this and that to try to get as long as I could get it. But he really would not budge from the 2 weeks, mentally. Yeah. And I tell you what, the 3 or 4 days into the trip, you were like, oh, I wish we'd stayed 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
I remember just going home and not wanting to go home. So yeah, it just took one trip going to Africa and made me say, hey, there's something I haven't been told the truth about. There's some things I need to learn for myself and I want to see.
So what was it like for you going back the last time, which was the year of return? We took a trip last year of return, and we stayed 8 weeks.
8 weeks. 8 weeks, yeah, for the Penafest celebrations, the year of return celebrations. I have to tell you, I got my driver's license so I can drive around because I'm the independent kind where I just want to get out. And so I got a rental car, and I was just out everywhere at every celebration, from the wreath celebration, laying celebration, to the walking in the Slave River at Asin Manso. There was in Cape Coast, there was a march, and evening march where all the lights were out in the city, and we were marching by candlelights. There was so much to do in the year return that I didn't feel like, you know, I got enough of Ghana. So it made me just want to come back for more. So here we are contemplating a move to Ghana for the next couple of years.
And to interject again, this is mostly your idea. Yeah. For us, or well, when I say for us, I mean like for first generation Ghanaian folks or immigrants, direct immigrants, right? I think the narrative more is like you come to America and you earn your living and you live your life, and then when it's time to retire, that's when you go back home. That's when you go home to return back to your roots and enjoy your retirement. So I think for me, it was like I kind of always thought, yes, there was this possibility of going back to Ghana, but it was much further down the road. Right. And you're like, no, let's go now.
Right.
Let's go now. So I guess
there's nothing stopping us from going now.
Definitely. Well, so this channel is going to chronicle our adventures as we uplift our lives here in Texas and resettle our roots back in Ghana and go beyond just the year of return. Right. So hopefully you'll subscribe and hit that bell right now. Join us as we go through this journey, and hopefully we'll be able to give you some insight and keep you entertained along the way. All right, guys, so don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.